We're gonna kick it off with a blush that I feel like I've talked about so many times. I think this is my current favorite blush, if I may be so bold. I mean, I love blush so much, and for me to say this is my current favorite is kind of a big deal, I feel like. Hi friends, I hope you're doing well. Today we're gonna be talking about blushes, specifically blushes for summer. I love blush, and I feel like blush is like my favorite step in makeup, or at least one of my favorite steps, and so I wanted to sit down and share with you guys some of the formulas and the colors that I feel like are delicious. Like seriously, these are craveable colors, perfect for summer in my opinion. I also just realized as I sat down, I forgot to put on my wedding ring. I literally was laying my baby down and I was supposed to grab my wedding ring, and she was really fighting her nap and she finally went to sleep. So I didn't risk going back in to get it, but I feel so weird without it on. So I literally gasped when I sat down and realized that I was not wearing it. But anyway, we're gonna kick it off with a blush that I feel like I've talked about so many times. I think this is my current favorite blush, if I may be so bold. I mean, I love blush so much, and for me to say this is my current favorite is kind of a big deal, I feel like. It's the Bobbi Brown Pot Rouge for lips and cheeks. I have two colors. I feel like I should have probably chosen one color, but listen, I can't, because this is what I wear all the time is these two colors. It's actually the blush I'm wearing right now. So I personally love the shade Pale Pink. It's a gorgeous rosy tone pink. I just think this formula looks so dewy on the skin. It's gorgeous. This is a really nice bright pink. It's kind of intimidating in the pan, but once it's blended out, it looks really beautiful. A little bit does go a long way though, so keep that in mind. This is beautiful on its own, but I also can't live without the shade Fresh Melon, which is a much lighter, more neutral, muted color, but I still think it's perfect for spring. Fresh Melon is exactly what it's called. It looks just like a beautiful fresh melon color on the cheeks. For me personally, the two layered together is where the magic happens. I have talked about this little hack of mine for a while now. I create a little bit of an ombre blush by doing just the pink one up here, and then I do the melon color on the apples of the cheeks, and that's what I've got going on today. This is one of the best like cream blush formulas I've ever tried. And every time I wear it, I skip highlighter, and you can see how like dewy and glowy my skin looks. I'm not wearing highlighter. It gives me the glow that I want. That's perfect for summer, and the colors are just so flattering. The formula is so forgiving. It's definitely very pigmented. Like I said, a little goes a long way, but for me, I feel like it's a formula that is gonna cater itself to people who like a more like obvious something on their cheeks. Color and finish, it's stunning. It also applies beautifully over top of powders, which is amazing. The next formula is something that I feel like not that many people talk about, and for this video I wanted to share 5 blushes that I feel like maybe are not as viral, you know, because I could have talked about the Dior blush, for example, or the Rare Beauty blushes, which I know you guys love too, but for me these 5 are not quite as well known. Well, some of them are, but they're not like as viral as the Rare Beauty blush, for example. Anyway, it's the Kylie Cosmetics Lip and Cheek Glow Balm. So very similar idea to the Bobbi Brown, although this one is even more user-friendly. This is a cream blush as well, and the thing I love about this is it just looks like it's coming from your skin. So if you're somebody who during the summertime you want a little hint of color, but you don't want to look makeup-y, because I know sometimes these blushes, I mean, it's gonna be like obvious that you're wearing blush. I personally love that look. But if you're somebody who wants to jump on the blush bandwagon and you don't want it to look too makeup-y, this formula is so forgiving. It blends itself out. I can't even describe how easy it is to use. It blends out beautifully over top of creams and powders, which is great. This is the shade Pink Me Up, which I think is a perfect shade for summer, but I really do love the other 2 shades. I think Feelings Neutral, and I can't quite remember the other one, but Pink Me Up and Feelings Neutral are my top 2 shades, and the color Pink Me Up, this one right here, I think is the most beautiful for a summer blush, in my opinion. If you're somebody who really likes the Dior kind of bubblegum pink vibe, I think you should try this out. So this is from Patrick Ta. It's the Double Take Cream and Powder Blush in the shade She's a Doll. I've talked about this several times on my channel. I love that you get a cream and a powder in here. This is a gorgeous bubblegum pink. It's actually a little bit more rich and saturated versus the Dior one, but you're gonna get a very similar like baby doll pink effect, which I love. The thing I also love about this is that you can layer the cream over top of the powder to give you kind of more of a dewy glow, but you get the longevity of a powder underneath. So the formula is great. This formula comes in so many fabulous shades, but for some reason, this She's a Doll color really just inspires me for summer. So this is one of my all-time favorite blush formulas and one of my current favorite blush shades right now. It wouldn't be summer for me if I didn't pull out my Milani Coral Cove Rose Powder Blush. This is like one of my go-tos for summer. Not only is it beautiful by itself, but it's also really gorgeous if you want to layer it on the apples of the cheeks and kind of create a little bit of like a pop of color if you've got something more neutral or something more deep on the outer portions of the face. This is beautiful all over the skin. It's going to give you that kind of like healthy corally sheen to the skin. It has a little bit of a sheen, not sparkly, so it really makes the skin look healthy. This one's a very forgiving formula as well, so you can really build it up and it's not going to overpower your makeup look right off the bat. You really can work with it and build it up, which I really love. This has been a go-to for me for summer for like 3 years now. It's one of my all-time favorite summer blush colors. It's a must-have. I love it. I have recently been obsessing over the Too Faced Cloud Crush blushes. I, of course, really love this one right here, which is also kind of like the bubblegum pink. It's Candy Clouds, but I have been recently a huge fan of this color right here called Watermelon Rain. This looks a little scary in the pan, and as I swatched it, I kind of went a little more intense so you could see the color. For me and my skin tone, a little bit, like the tiniest bit, goes a very long way. But this all over the skin gives you like almost a sunburnt look, but like in the best way. I feel like it's such a delicious kind of raspberry watermelon color that really just livens up the face. This is also one that I really have been loving to layer up with other blushes. For example, I mean, you could totally layer something like this, do this on the outer portions of the face, and then kind of create more of an ombre look with this one in like the center or the apples of the cheeks. Anyway, it's a gorgeous shade. Definitely something for those blush lovers out there because you're really gonna see this one on the skin, but it is stunning. And I feel like for summertime, to have a color like this on the cheeks is just, it makes you look so healthy. I don't know. I think it's gorgeous and I think it would work so beautifully on like every skin tone. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. So those are the 5 blushes that I think you need for summer. Of course, need is a strong word. These are just the things that I feel very inspired by right now. As you guys know, I love blush. I could honestly have given you 10 blushes that I thought you needed for summer, but I really tried to narrow it down. However, if you like this video, let me know if you'd like to see 5 more blushes that I feel like you need for summer because I have more to recommend to you. But for me, I feel like these are so fun, so inspiring, and really go with so many different makeup looks. Also, there's so many different formulas that I shared with you today that I feel like anyone would be able to find something they really enjoyed out of these 5 blushes, and I think you just can't go wrong with the colors either. So let me know in the comments down below what your current favorite blush is. I would love to know. That's it for me today. Thank you all for watching. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.